A man who doesn't need any compliments, a man who doesn't need to be praised all the time, a man who gets your attention, a man who walks inside a room and he exuberates a kind of charisma and energy. Well, that is the kind of man every other person wants to become. And sometimes they think that, oh, it's extremely difficult because I don't have those traits. Well, here's a video for you. If you want to be someone who wants to pick up tiny habits, and these are everyday habits that you can actually practice, and over a period of time, you can become attractive. These are traits that make a man really attractive, whether it's in front of your colleagues, your work life, your family, your relatives, friends, and even girls. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dive into it and make you understand. So hi, I'm Neeti here. Welcome. First of all, every week I meet you with no BS insider information, which is from women's point of view. And we talk about how women feel, they think, and what they actually say. And let's start work to become attractive for yourself and in all aspects of life. So number one, it's all about authentic confidence, which is very different from being arrogant, okay? Authentic confidence hota hai when you're walking inside a room, you have that kind of energy. People turn around, they look at you. It's not about how you have dressed up ya aapki styling kaisi hai. It's about actually owning your own strengths. It's about knowing who you are, owning up to who you are, and being very okay with who you are, instead of working towards validation, instead of trying to be seen, trying to be heard, instead of trying to really stand out because you need some sort of validation. No. It's about complete confidence. वो किस space से आता है? Well, confidence comes from a space which is all about achievement, your self-learning, your self-improvement, knowledge that you have gained, maybe the knowledge of work, knowledge of something that you're studying, knowledge of something that you are pursuing. So confidence comes from there, which is why a lot of times you must have heard that, of course, I'm confident in doing this particular thing, because in work, if you're doing something on a day-to-day basis, you get confidence over a period of time. You have achieved certain goals in that particular area, so you get confident instead of being arrogant. Now, for example, आप इसको ऐसे देखिए, अगर आप कभी गए किसी coffee shop में and you see a man who is basically waiting for coffee, अब coffee में कुछ खराबी हो जाती है, गलत बन जाती है, what the guy tends to do is he tends to be a little rude or start shouting at the particular barista. Now, what happens is that this shows that the man basically needs this validation from everyone that, hey, look, I am in a position to shout or scream at somebody because I am the customer, so I can do that. Now, any man creating a scene in public is not very impressive. And that is one of the first things coming across as arrogant is such a turn-off for anybody who's standing around you. Yehi same cheez workspace mein bhi ho sakti hai, that you cannot go ahead and, take the liberty of being rude or ill-mannered towards a colleague or a subordinate just because you are in a position to do this, because that shows your arrogance. That is not authentic confidence. Because if you really have that confidence which is coming from, within, then that shows you are absolutely okay in all situations. You do not go overboard. You are emotionally regulated. You are self-regulated, because self-assurity agar aap mein hai, that will lead to being calm and peaceful and really managing any situation that comes your way. Moving on to point number 2, which is emotionally being regulated and emotionally being intelligent. What does that mean? Let me decode that for you. Emotional regulation means that you are emotionally in control of yourself. Now, when a person is erratic when it comes to any situation and the emotions are going all over the place, then that is being emotionally very, very out of hand. But when you are emotionally regulated, you have a good emotional intelligence in you, which means that in any given situation, you will know how to direct your emotions. You will know how to direct your reactions as well. So when you know yourself, you know your weaknesses, you know your flaws, you know your plus points, that is where you can actually emotionally regulate yourself. For example, agar koi ladki hai, okay, now if a girl has had a bad day or something has happened and she just wants to talk to you, when she is talking to you, you start to advise her. No, she doesn't need your advice. But if you are emotionally regulated, you have that intelligence, you have the presence of mind that time, then you will just sit down, you will listen to her, because all that the girl needs is a listening ear and she needs a crying shoulder. She doesn't want anybody to give her any sort of advice that time because वो उसमें switch off हो जाएगी, okay? All you can do is hold her hand and just look into her eyes and tell her, I feel you, I hear you, I am there with you, and I'm just here listening to you. So just talk and talk your heart out. And you can do this with anybody actually. It's not just pertaining or limiting to a girl. But if you let the other person open up and just let out with the emotions, you know what? You're not doing anything much, but you are just letting the person calm down and emotionally regulate herself or himself, because आपने अपने में वो emotional regulation का जो aspect है वो लेके आए हैं. So it's a huge attractive trait in men. Moving on to the third attractive trait. A mission beyond woman world. Now, I can't just stop talking about it. I think this is one of my favorite topics, you know. I'm not putting any woman down. I'm not saying that girls are bad and you're wasting your time around girls. All I'm saying is that when you know your potential, even if you don't know your potential, if you start working towards it, start harnessing your skills, start learning something अपने self-development के लिए, अपने self-improvement के लिए, if you go beyond the comforts of your family life, or let's say a regular relationship that you have, or a everyday 9 to 5 work, but if you want to learn something new, it could be, let's say, knowing how to build sustainable homes, or it could be something to do with nature walks, or it could be basic, learning how to play lawn tennis, या swimming है, या कोई marathon के लिए prepare कर रहे हैं आप, or it could be any new business that you want to start along with your 9 to 5 office job. The business could be as a side hustle. There are so many things, because then you actually start tabbing that area in your brain which has not really been utilized. And trust me, all you men out there have that potential. It's just that हम अपने कंफर्ट जोन में इतना होते हैं, वी टेंड टू गेट अ लिटिल लेजी, बिकॉज इंस्टेंट ग्रेटिफिकेशन चाहिए होता है. तो किसको इतना हार्ड वर्क करना है? हु वांट्स टू स्पेंड सो मच टाइम इन लर्निंग समथिंग एल्स व्हेन यू कैन बी ऑन योर फोन अ क्लिक अवे एंड डू समथिंग एंड जस्ट बी हैप्पी, ओके? सो women love men who actually have a purpose beyond just going on dates, or just about how do I please her, or maybe I want to do something. No, even if you're in a regular relationship, or you're going on dates, or you don't have a girlfriend, the fact that if you are meeting girls just as friends, or maybe a girl who is not, you're not going on a date, but you just in general आप अगर उससे मिल रहे हैं, there will be so much to talk to with her. As soon as the girl asks you, okay, that how are you doing, or what do you plan to do, what are your plans or goals or something, the fact that you're learning something new, it's not just about I work and then that's it, then you don't know what to talk. जब आपके पास इतनी चीज़ें सीखने को हैं, लर्न करने को हैं, the same thing you're going to share with the girl, then the chemistry builds up. There is so much to talk about. There are so many point of discussions that you both can really exchange. So can you imagine? And when you start talking about it, the kind of confidence you have, the kind of excitement you have, the kind of energy you have, because you're so excited in life to do something other than your work or being in your comfort zone. So push out of your comfort zone, get into a little space where you can learn something new, and you bring so much on the table for yourself. And of course, it's an attractive trait when even in front of your colleagues, if you want to discuss something about new thing that you're doing, they will always look up to you and say, wow, when do you have the time? Wow, मतलब inclination कैसा है, ये mindset कैसा है कि तुम ये भी कर लेते हो और ये भी कर लेते हो, and they get so fascinated. Isn't that great? So moving on to the fourth point. Okay, this is about being funny or being humorous. Now, I am not saying that you have to learn jokes and you have to crack jokes, because if you're going to start doing that, वो हो सकता है कि out of place sound करे, and the other person would be like, what's wrong with him? It was not even funny. It was more like a PJ. You know, it's not like peaches are bad, but sometimes peaches which are not, properly, जो इनकी timing होती है, अगर उस पे नहीं हो ना, they turn out to be quite a failure, yeah. So I'm not saying to be funny that way. I'm saying being funny in a light mannered, in a light, happy way. So if you are a person who is happy-go-lucky, who takes a situation, any serious situation, in a manner that you don't get, stressed or perturbed or overthinking or something, you're easygoing with yourself, you're easygoing with the situation also, you're able to handle the situation better. And if you're easygoing with yourself, you can easily make the other person in front of you laugh also. And one of the best ways to be funny is when you crack up about something which is about yourself. So अगर आप अपने ऊपर ही joke crack कर सकते हैं, and you can laugh, the others consider that this guy is really funny, and it is a very brave thing to do, trust me. So when you can make fun of yourself, or you can put yourself in a situation and create humor around it, or make humorous things around yourself only, it is a very brave act, trust me. And this is something that I learned in my radio career, that if you've made a mistake on air, you are live, the radio show is live. What you need to do is just accept it and, make fun of yourself, or just take yourself in a humorous way and laugh it off. And trust me, the others also laugh it off, and the situation just goes by in a very light, humorous manner. And mostly with boys and men, coming across as funny is very easy, because that is how God has made you. Guys are so lucky. Yeah? Sometimes I feel I'm jealous, because I can't come up with those funny one-liners or crack up something, bilkul timing dekh ke. And you guys all have it. So that's a trait which women always love. We don't like guys who are grumpy like that, okay? So just be light-hearted, humorous, and happy. Moving on to another point that makes you super attractive. In all these motivational books or self-help books, and there are a lot of these social media quotes also, where they keep saying that, be yourself, be yourself. I'm going to tell you a psychological way of how one comes across as attractive when you are yourself. और इसका मतलब होता है basically कि आप बिल्कुल honest हैं और authentic हैं किसी के भी सामने. It could be that in front of your colleagues, if this much knowledge you have, you're very okay that I have limited knowledge about this thing. I don't want to faff. I don't want to show off, and I don't want to brag about something that I really don't know. बहुत बारी होता है people please करने के लिए. What we tend to do is we say, yes, I know this, and I'm going to take up responsibility for all these things, because I just want to come across in front of my colleagues, my boss, or maybe in front of a girl that, see, I know so much, I can do so much. What happens is, when you're not honest and authentic with yourself, people can really sniff that. So authenticity is extremely important, because that is where it just goes to show that you have worked on yourself. Even if you haven't worked on yourself, the fact that these are my strengths, these are my weaknesses, I want to own up, I want to stand up for myself, and I want to own up to the fact that this is how much I know, and beyond this I don't know, but I'm ready to learn. So authenticity and honesty in the later run, or even in your dating life, it makes a huge difference, because at least a girl will then know that she can fall back on you. She can emotionally really trust you. And that brings to my next point, the following point, which is reliability. Reliability means that someone can fall on you, someone can trust you, they know that you are there to support them. And reliability comes with the fact that you are very clear with your own self, that I trust somebody's time because I trust my time. I value somebody's space, I value somebody's energy and time because I value my efforts, time and energy as well. So when you are reliable, it shows in your actions. And we always say action speaks louder than words. जो बोलते बहुत है ना और करते कम है, वो बस वही वाली बात हो जाती है कि जो बादल गरजते हैं और जो बादल बरसते हैं. So that is what I'm trying to tell you, that if you are, sticking to your actions more than you're saying it, so talk less about your promises and, things that you can do and plans that you can make. Instead, you convert them into actions. Take baby steps in this. So with a girl, for example, if you have decided that every day we're going to talk around 12 o'clock in the afternoon, make sure that you talk. If you are busy, that at least make sure that you message her that I won't be able to talk right now. I'll call you maybe after an hour or so. We talk in the evening. What tends to happen is that you have shown that, I know our time and you can trust me and you can fall back on me, and I am going to take out time for you, but maybe not right now, a little later. So you are trustworthy enough to at least message the girl also and tell her. Most of the times what happens is that when the guy is, whether you are emotionally invested also, but you're busy in your work life, if you take these things lightly, the girl tends to think that you're not interested because you're not there. Sometimes you tend to disappear, and there is no reason at all from your side. You are not at fault. But kyunki you are not so attentive and you are not, taking care of these little things, that makes the girl feel that I don't know if he's reliable. And if you're not reliable in your dating scene or even at a friend level or even getting to know the girl, if the reliability is not there, then obviously that shows a lot on how and how much you will be there for the girl later on in dating stage or long term as well. So moving on to my last point, which is all about boundaries. Oh my God, I can go on talking about boundaries. मैंने कितने videos इस पे किए हैं, and I'm going to repeat it again. I think it's become my favorite topic also. But yes, boundaries is extremely essential and it makes a very attractive trait. And trust me, you do not have to be a people pleaser. When you know that you have made plans with a girl and she is cancelling it last minute, she's not messaging you on time, and you have taken out time and created time for her, you should have the courage to tell her that, listen, if I value my time and my energy and my mind space, then I would respect if you value my time as well. So this way you are expressing yourself, you are stating your boundary. आप बता रहे हैं उन्हें clearly कि ये आपका deal breaker है, ये आपकी boundary है, या आप ये भी कह सकते हैं कि if she doesn't message you, if she has reached home safely, or most of the times she will make a plan and then she'll cancel it. The situation could be anything. The fact that you are putting your foot down, that shows that you have the self-esteem, you have the self-love, you know your worth, you know your value, which is why you're going to talk to the girl and tell her these are the things that I appreciate in getting to know you during the dating phase or relationship phase, and this is how it's going to work out. Otherwise, you also have the courage to step back and completely shut off. Because you know कि आप में वो self assurity है. Self assurity brings that peace and calm in mind. It brings that sort of the confidence in you that it's okay. I do not need a woman all the time. And if she's not able to cater to my boundaries and understand them and be accountable for the times that she has not been able to put up with my boundaries, then in that case, well, मुझे क्या करना है? मुझे बस अपना time waste नहीं करना है, because there's so much more in life that I have to do. Women love this attitude. And trust me, women then know that you can lead in a relationship. You can be a good decision maker. They will respect you. They will not disregard you. So I hope that this video has helped you. If you need any sort of transformation in your healing journey, overall in yourself, to become a better man for yourself, किसी और के लिए नहीं, for yourself, I have my one-on-one sessions as well. The link is in Instagram bio. I'm going to post it here also, and you can definitely register and book. There are different topics if you want to work on. Then I work on individual topics as well. So I'll see you soon next week. Every Wednesday, a new video is uploaded. Ta-da! See you soon.